President Biden will be back at home on Friday after a 5-day trip to Europe, mainly to meet with military allies. The president stressed the strength of the ties he went there to maintain.
We just finished a historic NATO summit. I think it was historic. And it was a reminder that the nations around the table are not only share common history, but we share common challenges. And I would add, presumptuously, common values.
For more on the trip, here's CBS News' senior White House correspondent Weijia Jiang, who followed the president's leg of the journey in Finland.
John, President Biden declared that the NATO alliance is more united than ever during his last event here in Helsinki, a press conference alongside his Finnish counterpart. This was after a high-stakes European trip that offered two major wins. One, helping to ensure that Sweden was on its way to becoming the next member of NATO, and two, ensuring a new security package for Ukraine from the members of the G7. Today, the president also tried to offer reassurances of his own that despite political volatility back home in the U.S. and despite who may be in power in the future, that the U.S. would remain a reliable partner, although he did hedge it a bit, saying that nobody can guarantee the future, but this is the best bet that anyone can make. The president was also asked whether there was a possibility that the war in Ukraine could just drag on. And he said, in his opinion, that he believed Putin has already lost this war because he doesn't see a way in which he can continue fighting economically, strategically, and in the end, he believes Putin will end. But of course, that is a big unknown. Part of the reason why Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has been pushing to join NATO as well. And when he began this week here at the NATO summit, he issued a scathing report, as we mentioned, blasting the alliance for not having a firm timeline for when Ukraine could join. And ultimately, the president says he was able to smooth that over and that Zelensky is leaving happy because he does have the security assurances that he is looking for. So that may be yet another win for President Biden, is being able to offer some conciliation to Zelensky. But he is certainly touting this as a victory, saying that he accomplished everything he set out to. John.
Weijia Jiang in Helsinki, thank you.